Hello, so for this video, we will answer a 10-item activity, factoring general trinomial. So we will be using both two methods, the cross and the AC method. So first natong buhaton is, we need to break down the first term. So 2x squared is just equal to 2x times x, right? Next, we will go to the third term. So same sa first term, i-break down po nato siya into its factors. So mao po niya to ang hinumduman. If the third term sign is positive, expected nga ang duha ka factors nga ato ang gamiton kay the same ang signs. Okay? Same ang signs. Now, man ta makahibaw kung unsa nga signs ang ato ang gamiton. So let's look at the middle term. So the middle term is a positive. So meaning, both the factors that we will use are also positive. Okay, so again, third term, sign will tell us kung parihas ba or dili ang factor. So kung positive, parihas, ay, ang signs di ay. Kung positive, parihas ang signs. So pwede both positive, pwede both negative. Then, if it's a positive, you look at the middle term. So kung unsa ang sign sa middle term, maupo na yung sign sa duha ka factors na ito ang gamiton. Okay, so middle term is positive, so we are gonna use positive to both factors. Now, unsa may factors ni positive 5? So, meaning anang factors, unsa man ang duha ka numbers na kung i-multiply, equal siya ni positive 5. So, let us try positive 1 and positive 5, right? 1 times 5 is 5. Now, this breakdown, kung i-multiply, it is equal to the first term. Kung kanipod i-multiply, it is equal to the third term. What's missing na ito ang i-verify is ang middle term. So, how will we verify whether our factors are correct? So, we're gonna cross-multiply them. So, that's 5 times 2x, that's 10x. Then, 1 times x is x. If we add it, it's 11x, which is not equal to our middle term. Meaning, we need to adjust or try again with the pairing of our factors. Sige, balikta, 2x and x. Then, both positive. So, instead of 1 una, ako ang unahon si 5, then ikaduha na si 1. Now, let's try to recheck their middle term. So, 1 times 2x, that is 2x. And 5 times x, that is 5x. So, if we add them, it is 7x, which is equal to our middle term. So, meaning, mauna ni ang ato ang factors nga gipangita. So, how will we write the final answer? Copy horizontally. So, our first, that's 2x plus 5. Again, you copy horizontally. Okay? Then, ang sunod, kani, x plus 1. So, we're just gonna write it together. That's it. Okay? 2x plus 5 and x plus 1. Sunod. That's using the cross method. Now, let's try answering this using the AC method. So, AC method. So, this is just kaning trinomial, just representation of this bx plus c. Meaning, our A is kana, then our c is the constant or the third term. So, for AC, we will just multiply A and C. Okay? So, AC, so that's 2 times positive 5, which is equal to positive 10. Sunod, mangita tao factors ni 10 kung i-add na to equal sa middle term, which is the positive 7. So, unsa man ang factors ni 10 nga kung i-add na to mahimong positive 7. So, I believe it's positive 5 and positive 2, right? Sige, let's check daw. 2 times 5, that is 10. So, sakto. Then, 5 plus 2, that is 7. So, we have found the kanang correct pair of factors. So, sunod, we will rewrite the given, but we will replace the middle term. So, again, rewrite, sa i-rewrite sa ang given ha. We will rewrite the given. So, meaning, kapion na rin na to si first term. So, that's 2x squared. Next, the middle term should be replaced. So, dili na nato kopyaon si middle term. Instead, we will replace it with our newly found factor. So, we will just add the variable. Okay? So, that's 2x squared plus 5x plus 2x. Then, the third term, just copy the third term, plus 5. So, nga na. Okay? Again, after we found the correct pair of factors, replace the middle term with the two factors na ito ang nakita. So, si 7x na himong, ang kani, 5x plus 2x. Okay? Sunod. There are 4 terms in this line. So, we will just do factoring by grouping. Okay? Ani nga linya, we will do factoring by grouping. So, since there are upat ka terms, we will just group them into 2. So, let's try to group them. Inga nila nga pagkagrupuha. Okay? Sige. So, after pairing them, we will get the GCMF of each group. So, unsa man ang GCMF sa first group, it is x. Right? So, 2x squared divided by x, that's 2x. Positive 5x divided by x, that is positive 5. Plus, naa ba tayo GCMF sa second nga group? I think, ay wala naman na siya, no? So, that's 2x plus 5 already. Now, on this step, mao ni kailangan na itong hinumduman. If in case nga nakagrouping na ta, unya nakagawas na ta sa GCMF, ang mabibilin sud sa parentheses should be the same. Okay? Kung same na, meaning, padung na ta sa correct nga answer. If dili, then you have to go back and rearrange the terms. Kaya nga tuang chun goal, after mapagawa si GCMF, same ang mabilin sa sud sa parentheses. Okay? So next, we will be writing the final answer. So first natong buhaton is, we will combine the two GCMF, no, sa duha ka grupo. So, the first GCMF is X. Okay? So, we will be writing X here. Now, unsa man ang iyaang partner. So, di ba ganina, wala naman tayo laing GCMF sa ato ang kanang second group. So, if inga na, automatically, 1 na dito ang iyaang GCMF, right? Okay, anyways, even though butangan na to 1 and then we will multiply it to the expression, it won't change the value. Okay? So, this will become X plus 1. Then, we will copy the common factor, which is 2x plus 5. So this is now the final answer. So they are just the same, right? So pwede na sila magpilo 2x plus 5 una, then x plus 1. So that's how we do it using the AC method. Okay? Now let's proceed to the next one. Still the same. We'll do both the cross and the AC method. So in here, kung sa may factors ni 3x squared, it could be 3x and x. Next, positive man ang third term, so meaning both the signs sa factor kay the same. The middle term is a negative, so meaning both the factors are negative. Okay? Sunod, unsa may factors ni 8, no? Let's try negative 4 and negative 2, right? Okay, negative 4 times negative 2, that is positive 8. So, ang ato na lang nabiling buhaton is, we need to verify the middle term by cross-multiplying them. So, negative 2 times 3, that's negative 6x. Negative 4 times x, that's negative 4x. And if we add them, negative 6x plus negative 4x, that's negative 10x, which is the same sa ato ang middle term. So, meaning, we have found the correct set of factors. So, let's write them horizontally. So, kani sila'y partner, si 3x minus 4. Horizontal pag-copy ha. Then, next na po natong partner would be x minus 2. So, see, pa-horizontal ang pag-copy sa factors. So, muna niya to ang answer. Okay. If you remember the factoring chart, diba, always na dapat mag-check if na by GCMF, right? But for this 10-item activity for this video, wala ko'y gibutang ang GCMF sa to ang example. So, dito lang jud ta, focus alang ta sa cross and AC method. Okay? Sige, let's do the AC method. So, ang ato ang A, ay sabi, 3x squared minus 10x plus 8. This is our A, and this is our C. So, we're just gonna multiply them. So, AC is equal to 3 times 8, which is equal to 24. Now, unsa may kanang factors ni 24, na kung i-add na to, mahimong negative 10. Unsa man. Negative 6 and negative 4, right? Okay, check na to. Negative 6 times negative 4, that's positive 24. Then negative 6 plus negative 4 is negative 10. So, mauni ang ato ang factors na gipangita. Sunod, rewrite. So, sa galito, rewrite the whole expression but replace the middle term with these two factors na to ang nakitaan. So, write the first term. Second term, dili na ni siya isuwat. Okay? Pulihan na ani, but please also put the variable. So, this will become negative 6x minus 4x. Then, copy the third term as it is. Okay? Sige. Sunod, we will group them. Again, na possibility nga ma-rearrange, no? Kamoy bahala rearrange as long as atong goal kay parihas ang expression nga mabilin sa parentheses. So, I'm just gonna group them like that. Ako lang i-appeal si negative, no? Ayan. Kaya maglibo mo buon sa high kung dili appeal si negative, then i-transform ang expression sa sud, no? So, let's start with the first group. Kung sa may GCMF ni 3x squared minus 6x, it is 3x, right? So, 3x squared divided by 3x, that's x. Negative 6x divided by 3x, that's negative 2. Next, I know na if naagali negative or negative ang kanang first term, i-appeal na to jud o gawas si negative dito. Okay? So, 4 and 8, di ba GCF niya kay 2? So, ato siyang igawas together with the negative. No, kaya ato ba yung goal kay maparihas ang sud niya sa x minus 2. And remember, positive ang x sa sud sa parenthesis sa pikas. So, dapat ma-positive po ni siya. And how will we make this positive? Igawas po nato ang negative. Sakto ba itong explanation? Okay? So, I did it 2, sorry. 4 di I. 4 di ito ang kuanan ni 4. So, negative 4x divided by negative 4, that is x. Positive 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. And see, same ang nabilin sa ato ang sud sa parentheses. So, we could continue. So, writing our final answer, combine the two, nagipagawa sa expression. So, that will be 3x minus 4. Then, copy the common, which is x minus 2. So, same lagyan po sila og answer. Okay? Let's proceed to number 3. So, still the same. We're gonna use both methods. 4x squared, medyo tricky na siya, no? Kay 4x squared can be expressed as 2x and 2x. O pwede po siya 4x times x, right? Yeah, let's try lang the first one, 2x and 2x. Then, the third sign, ay the third sign here, the third term sign is a negative. So expected po nga dili parehas ang sign sa ato ang factors. Okay? Kaya trial and error ta. So what if I have here negative 3 and positive 1? So if we check the middle, so that's 2x and this is negative 6x, it's negative 4x. Uy! Then ato ani kay positive 4x. So if in case nga same na nag-number, naglahi lang sila og sign, ato lang ibaylo ang sign sa duha. So ato sa ni Erison kay maghapit naman ta sa answer. So that's 2x and 2x, then 3 and 1. So atong balihon ang sign. So kani siya negative, kani siya positive. Sige, let's try to check. Negative 2x, then this is positive 6x. So negative 2x plus 6x is 4x. O, diba? So gibaliran na to ang sign. So we have found the factors. So copy them horizontally. So first na tong factor kay 2x plus 3. And then next is, unsa may next nga pairing, kani. No? So that's 2x minus 1. So this is now our final answer. Okay. Now let's proceed. Wait, asa man nga kuan, number 3 pa to. Sige, so AC method na punta. Sige, kopyaon sa nako bale, 4x squared plus 4x minus 3. No, this is our A and this is our C. Then we will multiply them. 4 times negative 3, that's negative 12. So unsa may factors ning negative 12 nga kung i-add kay mahimong positive 4. So that would be positive 6 and negative 2. Right? Again, check na to. Negative 6 times negative 2, that is negative 12. So, okay. Negative 6 plus positive 6 plus negative 2, that is positive 4. So, okay. Mauni ato ang factors nga gipangita. So, sunod, rewrite. Copy the first term. Then, ayaw nakapia si middle term. Instead, you change it with the two factors, but with variables. Okay? So, that would be positive 6x, negative 2x. Then, copy the third term, negative 3. Okay? So, nganong kailangan man nga na variable ang tunga? Okay, if we add positive 6x and negative 2x, it will just be equal to our middle term. Okay, so wala gud tay gi-change nga value, ato lang gibungkag ang middle term. Okay, para magamit nato ang AC method. So next, we will do the grouping. Mag-grouping na ta. If nakabantay mo, ang tunga nila kay minus. Then, personally, dili ko ganahan mo handle ang minus sign. So, I usually rearrange them. Sige, so i-rearrange na ko ha. 4x squared para dili minus ang tunga. So, instead of positive 6x, I'll be switching them. Unahon ako si negative 2x, then positive 6x minus 3. So, para ang tunga nila kay positive lang. It would be more convenient, no? So, mag-grouping na. So let's start. Unsa man ang GCMF sa first group? That would be 2x. 4x squared divided by 2x, that is 2x. Negative 2x divided by 2x is negative 1. So, nod, GCMF ni 6x o ni 3, that would be 3. 6x divided by 3, that's 2x. Negative 3 divided by 3, that's negative 1. So, I think we've reached our goal. Same ang nabilin, no? So, we'll just write a final answer. Combine the two values na to ang gi-factor out. So, that would be 2x plus 3. Then, copy the common, 2x minus 1. So, same lagi hapon ang answer. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the next one. For number 4, we'll just use AC method. Sige, AC method lang tani number 4. Sige. Our A is this and our C is this. So, that would be 6 times negative 10. So, negative 60. Unsa may factors ni negative 60 nga kung i-add kay mahimong negative 11. It would be negative 15 and positive 4. Let's check. Negative 15 times 4, that's negative 60. Right? Nga kung i-add po na to, negative 15 plus positive 4, that would be negative 11. So, very good. Mao niya itong ka-factors nga gipangita. Now, let us rewrite the expression. So, kopya si first term. Then, dili na kopyaon si middle term. Okay? Pulihan na ani. Then, dungagi o variable. So, that would be negative 15x plus 4x. Then, copy the third term, negative 10. Now, let's group them. Oh, positive man ang tunga. Sige, so padayon lang ta. Next, unsa may GCMF sa first group? That would be 3x. 6x squared. 6x squared divided by 3x, that would be 2x. Negative 15x divided by 3x is negative 5. Plus, unsa may GCMF sa second group? That would be 2. 2 na. 4x divided by 2, that's 2x. Negative 10 divided by 2, that's negative 5. And yes, we have found same expression, no? Parehas ang nabilin sa sud. Sa parenthesis, meaning we could now have the correct answer or the right final answer. So, combine the two numbers that we factored out. That's 3x plus 2. Then copy the common, 2x minus 5. That's it. Number 5. Say number 5, let's solve it using the cross method. Sige. Si tawag ani, ibungkaga si 2x squared, that would be 2x and x. Mungkago nato si positive 12. So, inong domain, the third term sign is positive. So, parihas ang signs na atong gamiton. The second term sign is positive, meaning positive ang ato ang gamiton sa both signs. Sige, trial and error ta. Let's have positive 3 and positive 4. Sige na ha, 2x times x, that's 2x squared. Positive 3 times positive 4, that's positive 12. Now, it's time to recheck the middle term. 4 times 2x, that's 8x. 3 times x, that's 3x. Kung i-add na to, that's 11x, which is the same with our middle term. So, atuan nang na-check, na-verify na nato, no? So, we have found the correct factor. So, copy the final answer horizontally. So, ang magpartner, si 2x o si positive 3. So, that's 2x plus 3. Then, sunod nga magpartner, si x o si positive 4. So, that would be x plus 4. And this is now our final answer. Okay? Now, let's proceed to number 6. Let's use AC method na po diri, magpuli-puli lang ta. Anyways, it's up to you which method to use man pod. So, this is our A, and this is our C. So, AC, so that's positive 5 times positive 8 is positive 40. So, unsa man ang factors ni positive 40 nga kung i-add nato kay negative 14? That would be negative 10 and negative 4. Let's try to check. Negative 10 times negative 4 is positive 40. So, very good. Negative 10 plus negative 4 is negative 14. So, these are the two factors we are looking for. So, now let's rewrite. Copy the first term. Again, dili na kopya ng middle term. Instead, we will just replace them with these two factors but with variables. Okay, so that will become negative 10x minus 4x plus 8. Both of them are negative, so wala jud tayo ma-rearrange, no? So, I'll just gonna have this as their group. Sige, so unsa may GCMF sa first group, that would be 5x. 5x squared divided by 5x, that's x. Negative 10x divided by 5x, that's negative 2. So next, so same ganina, para ma-positive ni siya, since positive man si x, ako ang ipagawa si negative pod. Okay? So unsa man ang GCF ni 4 ug 8, that would be 4. So 4x divided by 4, negative 4x divided by negative 4, that's x. Positive 8 divided by negative 4, that's negative 2. So very good. We found the same, no? So we're just gonna combine the two GCMF, or two factors or values that we factored out a while ago, then copy the common one, which is x minus 2. Sunod, number 7, cross method na punta. So, 3x squared, so that would be 3x and x. Negative 12. Negative man, so meaning, dili parihas ang signs atong factors, right? So, let's try positive 4 and negative 3. Sige daw, let's try this one. So, that this will be negative 9x, this will be 4x. Oy, negative 5x but positive. So, meaning, nabalira to ang sign. Sige. Let's try it again. 3x and x. 4 will be negative and 3 will be positive. So, magsakto na ni siya, no? That would be 9x and this will be negative 4x. So, if we add it, it's already equal to the middle term. So, very good. So, we're just gonna write the final answer now. Copy them horizontally, ha? So, si 3x o negative 4 ang partner. Sunod, si x plus 3 ang partner. Muna na siya. Next, number 8. So, AC method na punta, no? Kuan taan ni puli-puli. So, mauna sila si A o si C. So, that would be 3 times positive, 5, and that's 15. Unsa man, nga factors ni 15 ang mo equal to negative 16. So, that would be negative 15 and negative 1. So, to recheck it, you multiply them. If we multiply them, it's positive 15. So, correct. So, noon, let's add them. Negative 15 plus negative 1 is negative 16. So, meaning, mo dyan sila ang atong factors na gipangita. Next, rewrite. Copy the first term. Ayaw kopya as middle term, pulihin sila aning duha. So, that would be negative 15x minus x. Negative 1x man na siya, pero negative x na itong isuwat. Then, positive 5. Ay, wala tayo ma-rearrange, kay puro negative. Sige, padayon na laman ta. Yan na. So, unsa man ang GCMF nila, that would be 3x. 3x squared divided by 3x, that's x. Negative 15x divided by 3x, that's negative 5. Sunod, same sa ganina, basta negative gali si x ani, pagawas na si negative daan. Okay? So, that would be wala man sila GCMF, no? Pero ang negative, ato man ang pwede mapagawa. So, negative 1 ato igawas tira. Okay? Negative x divided by negative 1, that's positive x. Positive 5 divided by negative 1, that's negative 5. So, see? Same ang nabilin. So, saan namin nabilin na to? Mag-combine na ta. Combine the two. That's 3x minus 1. Then, copy the common factor, x minus 5. Okay? Next. Number 9. So, let's do the cross method here. So, kani siya. Bungkagon ni nato 3x and 2x. Kani siya. Positive man, so meaning, parihas ang signs. Yeah, since negative man so parihas nga negative ang ito ang gamiton. Sige. So, let's have, gani, negative 5 and 1. no? 3x times 2x, mao na siya equal. Negative 5 times negative 1, mao po na siya equal. Let's recheck the middle term. So, that's negative 3x. Yan kani negative 10x. Kung i-add na to, negative 13x. So, same siya. So, ito ang middle term. So, meaning, this is already our answer. So, we'll just copy them horizontally. So, that's 3x minus 5. Then, a second factor would be this. 2x minus 1. So, muna niya to ang answer. So, na ko i-link tira nga practice activity para ma-practice po mo.